Hey everyone, Mark here from Primal Wrestling. If you love professional wrestling and want to keep your obsession well fed, then you're in the right place. Now if you're new to this channel, please check out our other content, and if you like what you see, please subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all the content we provide. Now last night was WWE Fastlane, the final Raw pay-per-view before WrestleMania, and I'm going to talk quickly about my thoughts on the pay-per-view as a whole, and obviously my thoughts going into WrestleMania, and that's starting right now. Oh, WWE, why do you always do this to me? I actually went into this pay-per-view with a bit of hope in my heart that they would give me a bit of unpredictability and kind of engage me into some feuds going into WrestleMania and give me a bit of interest. But no, they stripped that all away, didn't they? They took it from me like a man taking sweets from a little child. They basically, this pay-per-view dumbfounded me. You can tell, like, I'm just kind of, yeah, exactly. It left me speechless, essentially. There was so much bad about this pay-per-view. There was a few little sprinklings of kind of good bits, but overall, it's exactly what I didn't want in a pay-per-view. Like, I always go into pay-per-view thinking, you know, there's some matches that look clear-cut, and I think, wow, you know, if they done this with that storyline, then it could really, like, kind of expand, especially going into WrestleMania, and be an interesting storyline. But what you get with WWE and what fans get most pissed off about is the predictability, and that was no more adherent last night than in the matches with like Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman. Roman Reigns going clean over Braun Strowman is just indicative of how lazy the creative writing is in WWE at the moment. To build Braun Strowman up as this kind of monster heel and then have Roman Reigns just take it away with him by defeating him cleanly is just bizarre booking, and it doesn't add anything to us as a viewer, does it really? It doesn't question anything. It just basically packages things up in a nice bow and kind of move on. Yeah, Roman Reigns is potentially going to meet The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and Braun Strowman's probably going to get chucked in the Andre the Giant Battle Royale, but I just think there was a bit more legs in this feud, and two big guys who were kind of athletic as well was perfect. Like, there were some brutal spots in previous weeks with these two, and also in the match last night, like the running powerbomb into the announce table worked really well. And this could have been drawn out a bit more, but it feels like the WWE just wanted to get this over with and package it up and move on. And the same with other feuds. There was a couple of matches on the card that were just non-points. I mean, Samoa Joe versus Sami Zayn, that was just going to be exactly what it was. Predictable, wasn't it? There were a few kind of unpredictable moments, so I'll give WWE its due with that, but it was few and far between. And really, actually, for me, it was just the women. So Sasha Banks versus Nia Jax, I was surprised that Sasha Banks won that. Again, in the same context as Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman, building up Nia Jax as this heel and then just taking it away from her to kind of move a feud on just didn't work for me. Also, you got Charlotte losing her pay-per-view streak. This was the most bizarre moment of the night. Like, to have Charlotte on such a long pay-per-view streak and then Bayley to beat her the pay-per-view before WrestleMania, just, it's bizarre. It's unpredictable, good on you WWE, but it's the wrong type of unpredictability. It would have been nice for me, and this is going to go against kind of unpredictability in that, but to have Charlotte win last night and kind of really push Bayley down on the ground. She's just won the championship. She's on a high. And then Charlotte just to rub it in her face. But then you have that build up to WrestleMania where Bayley can kind of show that she deserves to be a champion and really build that feud up where she beats Charlotte at WrestleMania, ends her streak at WrestleMania, and kind of elevates Bayley into this kind of bigger character and people cheering for her and giving her that redemption on the biggest stage of them all. Another completely bizarre thing last night was the bit with Steph McMahon and Mick Foley and the kind of ongoing storyline with Samoa Joe where Steph didn't want him in the main event with Goldberg and Kevin Owens. She didn't want him anywhere near it. And that was built up throughout the pay-per-view, and then it was just dropped. Just dropped. They were... What happened? Like, are we going to get more of that on Raw tonight? Or I don't know, but it was just filler, it felt like. And as well, moving on to filler, Rusev and Jinder Mahal, what was all that about? I was bored stiffless. I was literally sitting there going, what am I watching? I was close to turning off, really close to turning off. Luckily, Neville and Gallagher, with their cruiserweight match, they kind of brought me back into it and got me engaged a bit more. That was a great little match. But overall, the pay-per-view, it felt, I'm going to use a word here and it's weird, it felt a predictable mess. It felt like they didn't know what to do with certain storylines, so they just packaged them up and moved them on. And that's what made the pay-per-view predictable. I'm not going to talk too much about Goldberg winning the title because everyone's talking about that. It was predictable. I knew it was going to happen. I did like Kevin Owens stalling at the start, and I think that could have been dragged out even more. I love it when things get awkward, so I would have loved him to keep dragging it out and the crowd in the arena to get a bit pissed off of it, like, come on, yeah, you've made your point, let's do it. But I wish he'd gone on a bit more of that, but he didn't, obviously, and then we had the squash. Goldberg's champion, part-time champion, yeah, we're going to kind of move on to WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's going to probably win, get his redemption. And again, that was just kind of another predictable moment in this whole pay-per-view. It just bloody annoys me with WWE, and I think a lot of fans have this kind of annoyance that it feels they just, at the moment, well, it's been a long while like this, it just feels like they're not thinking outside the box. They're just going through the motions. And for us as viewers, that doesn't get us engaged. That doesn't get us wondering what's going to happen at WrestleMania. You know, Fastlane was the last pay-per-view before WrestleMania. This should have been the pay-per-view where they get us, like, thinking, what the hell is going to happen at WrestleMania? Giving us goosebumps thinking, I can't wait 4 weeks. I want to know now what happens. But what they did last night was the complete opposite. They basically took any kind of enthusiasm and drained it out of every person watching last night. And for that reason, I'm going to have to give Fastlane a grade of E. Now, I'm giving it an E and not an F because there were some nice parts in it that I did like. But ultimately, it's left me feeling a bit meh. It's left me feeling a bit nondescript. That's the word, nondescript. It's left me feeling, do I want to watch Raw tonight and just see new feuds set up? Whereas I should have been thinking, I really want to watch Raw tonight and kind of see the fallout from last night. But there wasn't much fallout really, apart from Goldberg winning the title, which he'll show up on Raw tonight, I think. So ultimately, it's just left me a bit nondescript. If you stuck around to the end, I thank you. It does mean a lot to me. If you enjoyed this video and have seen our other content and enjoy it, please subscribe. Also, give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, because it shows us that we're doing the right thing and we're moving in the right direction. Finally, please, please, please come and comment and chat below. I really want to chat to people about last night and kind of chat about the good things and the bad things and get a discussion going. So please leave a comment below and tell me your thoughts. Other than that, please check out our other content and keep in touch, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.